He's the greatest great uncle that ever lived.
Good morning to you. It is time for the community profile. I heard that. Your mic was on. I appreciate that, Sandy.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's time for the community profile on WLON, WOHS, and WCSL, and KTCBroadcasting.com. We have a special guest with us today, and co-host executive producer Sandy Alexander is here. Good morning, Miss Sandy.
Good morning, Mr. Milton, great uncle that you are.
You brought the sunshine in with you?
And the heat.
Well, now, I didn't put that heat on you, but you
Oh,
always
man.
bring the sunshine in with you,
Thank you, dear.
even if it's cloudy and snowing.
See, you just can't help but just like him.
I'm pouring it on here.
I know
aren't
you are.
Aren't I? Would you please introduce our guest for today?
I'll be glad to. We're pleased to have Jill Pewitt in our studio today, and she's with American Legion Auxiliary Unit 100 in Cherryville. And they have got some things coming up for July the 4th for our veterans. A lot of music, a lot of good times to be had. And so thank you, Jill, for taking your time to come down here and be with us and tell us what we got to look forward to.
Okay, thank you, Sandy, and Milton, I'm glad to be here. What we're planning to do is, and it's in the years past, there's always been a pre-celebration to the July the 4th, and we decided this year that we would like to have a patriotic salute to our veterans. First Baptist Church was so gracious to allow us to use their Christian Outreach Center. So on July the 2nd, Thursday night, the doors will be open at 6 o'clock. But the music is being provided by our local talents here in Cherryville, people that are willing to come and sing patriotic songs. And the music will start at 7 o'clock. And we're inviting all the community and the surrounding area of all veterans welcome to attend, because we want to thank them for their service to their country. And through this production, we're not charging any admission for this, but we are hoping to get some free will donations given to us, and the money from this event will help us in our veterans programs that benefit the veterans programs. The American Legion Auxiliary, with what we do with our money, is we help our veterans here locally, either in the nursing homes, the assisted living. We also assist in helping the veterans that are in our VA hospitals. The American Legion, just like the Auxiliary and the Legionnaires, we are part of helping veterans along with children and youth. We're big on children and youth. We use money from the events that we have, or the money that we raise goes to helping our veterans or any other child that's helping or trying to apply for a scholarship. We have 2 scholarships that the state of North Carolina helps to present to a deserving student. We also work on the local level with the backpack programs. We do school supplies. We also help fund our veteran homeless shelters. It's sad, but we have a lot of homeless veterans in the state, and we are on the western side of the state, so we help the one in Asheville. We also have a homeless veterans women's shelter now. Since so many women are serving in the military, we have one in Asheville called Steadfast House. Some of these ladies are there as well as men in 2 different places, but we also help them with their needs transitioning back out into the community. Another thing we do is, as long as we have veterans that are on foreign soil, we will have a USO. Ever since the USO opened at the Charlotte airport, our unit has been sending money to help keep it funded, because they have a place there that lets veterans that are coming through there pick up a meal. They get a meal there. They don't, at no charge. They have a place there for them to shower, change clothes. Any toiletry items are provided through what the American Legion Auxiliaries do all over North Carolina. Mm-hmm. A lot of local clubs will try to help out some too, but primarily we do a lot of that. We also send money to what is called the Fisher Houses. It was started by a Fisher family, and so where you have your large VA centers, you have a Fisher House, and that is a home for veterans' families that fly there to see their loved ones that are coming in out of the field that have been wounded. There's even one that we've helped with that's in Landstuhl, Germany, and they have a corporate center in Virginia, and I deal with the ladies in that area, providing the needs of our veterans that are in Iraq and Afghanistan. So if it's money they need to purchase clothing for them to come out of those field hospitals into Germany, they'll come in through there and before they come back into the VA centers here. So we're just hoping that we do get a lot of people to come out and support this project for us on Thursday night, July the 2nd, and to be there and be able to tell these veterans how much they appreciate what they've done for their country.
Absolutely. And I don't think we could ever thank them enough.
Not, sure can't. These guys have given a lot, and some have given all. So.
That's right. They have.
Definitely so. When we think about the American Legion, especially in Cherryville, Post 100, everybody starts talking about baseball, but there's so much more that goes on. But how do you get to be in the American Legion and the Ladies Auxiliary? Are you the wives of Legion members, or are you also veterans yourself, some of you?
We have one lady right now that she is a Legionnaire and she's an auxiliary member. She is a dual member. To be eligible to be in the American Legion Auxiliary, if your husband is living and he is a veteran, he must belong to the post.
To the Legion.
And then that automatically qualifies you for membership. If your husband or grandfather is deceased, that automatically qualifies you as eligible to join the American Legion Auxiliary. So we have sisters, we have granddaughters of these veterans that have served. But either your grandfather, if he's living, he has to be a member of the post if they're living. But if they're deceased, that automatically qualifies them.
As long as they were a veteran.
But they have to have that veteran connection in order to be a member.
About how many are in the Ladies Auxiliary at Cherryville?
On our roster right now, we have about 67.
Wow. That's
good.
quite a bit. That's
Not
quite a
all
bit.
of them. That counts our junior members because we can also sign up the granddaughters of a veteran. So a lot of them are not old enough. We have some that have been signed up when they were 1 day old and made a junior member of an auxiliary, and they're carried throughout it as long as their dues are paid. It is a great organization to be affiliated with.
Now, do you all meet at the same place as the American Legion building we're all familiar with? You meet there?
We meet on the third Monday night at 6:30 at the Post 100 hall there.
Yeah, so that's great. And you do, this is just part of what you do year round.
Right.
I'm sure the Independence Day festivities, but you stay busy all year long with everything you mentioned there.
We're out doing poppies. You know, at times May is poppy month, but we do poppies when we have them purchased. If we have any at any event, we're out there letting people know. It's surprising that we have so many kids that have no idea what the poppy represents. So we do have some ladies that will go to the local schools and give a poppy program and tell them what the soldiers did, you know, how that came about. But we do things like for Memorial Day, Veterans Day. We even remember our veterans in our nursing homes or if they're homebound, assisted living, on different times of the month. So throughout the year we do. We even, we'd send local students to Girls State, which is a program that's an academic excellence. You have to be in the top 1/3 of your class to be able to go. We sent 3 girls this year to Girls State, and one of our young ladies that we sent we're very proud of is Landis Mouse. She's the daughter of Tim and Samantha Mouse, but her grandfather is Tom Beam, and he is a Legionnaire, and she ran for Attorney General in at the girls' state thing. They run for governor. That's where they learn about parliamentary procedure. They learn how our government works. But Landis run for attorney general, and she won.
So,
First
Well,
time
good for
Cherryville's ever
her.
had one
that's
to do
great.
that.
Sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. Well, I know it's work that you all it's a labor of love, no
It's
doubt.
a passion.
Yeah,
yes.
passion. Yeah, yeah. You get involved in it, and there's always something new and exciting to be done.
It is. We love our veterans, everything that they've done. In fact, there's usually been some problems through organizations across the state, and they don't have the closeness that our unit has with their legionnaires, and we have even been patterned on the state level for people to look at. And I've had several commanders around the state that have called and asked me just what our auxiliary does and how we do it, how our men work with us, and our men are so very supportive. Our ceremonial guard, if somebody calls me, wants a program, I can call them and I say, hey guys, I need a program. Can you come and help me fold the flag, do different things? Those guys have always been right there backing us up. Great guys.
The baseball's a big thing, but there's a lot more to
There
the
is.
American Legion.
They do. They do boys state. We do girls state, and this week they have their representatives at boys state right now at Catawba College. The girls came out on Saturday, and the boys went in on Sunday.
All right. Okay. Sandy?
Well, I tell you, I've been educated because I just didn't know what all you do. But something that struck me, we adopted a guy several years ago that had Alzheimer's. And while visiting him, I would see little people sitting around in their wheelchairs, and they'd have their hat on. They might not could tell you their name, but they knew their rank and
right.
all that. And when you said hello, that's what came out of their mouth. And that just really touched my heart that they would remember that it's so important to them and still love their country. And so this auxiliary and anything that you say and do for our veterans, we can never, ever, ever thank them enough.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
Never.
They've done a great job.
Yeah, just to think, these guys, especially some of the older veterans, the World War II veterans that we still have amongst us, what they were going into, they were leaving home to an unknown future.
Just
right.
farm boys in World War
And
II.
when they left, they didn't know, as most. When they leave, they didn't know if they were coming home. But another thing that touches me is when our song is played.
You talking about the Lee Greenwood song?
Well,
No,
that one
no.
or any of them. Oh, say, can you see?
Oh,
Star
Star
Spangled Banner.
If
Yeah.
they can't get out of that wheelchair, they're trying their best.
Mm-hmm.
They
They
get
do.
out so they can stand. But whether they can or not, that hat comes off and their hand goes to their chest.
Yeah.
And I think that just speaks
It.
volumes.
Even at a parade, you'll see that older veteran. When that flag comes by, you're supposed to put your hand across your heart, and you'll see the older veterans do that. They'll either
Yeah.
salute it or they'll put their hand on the
I'm
heart.
I'm always touched by going back to ball games, any ball game, football, basketball, baseball, doesn't matter. I'm always touched by seeing the veterans in the stands stand up and salute as the
They do.
as
And
the
do you know that these ceremonial guard unit that goes with me, they do our funerals for our veterans here, and they do a wonderful job. And they've only been doing it now for several years, and they do the 21 gun salute. They practice and they do all of that. But before they leave our veterans in our nursing homes, those guys are sitting there. Everyone salute them, and you'll see the tears in those guys' face. They appreciate it. They just like to be remembered.
yeah
Oh, that's it.
yeah
That's
they do.
it.
All right. Well, Jill, again, reiterate what's coming up for the 4th of July pre-4th festivities.
Yeah,
Reiterate
it's a
that, please.
Patriotic salute to veterans, and it's Thursday, July the 2nd, at First Baptist Church Christian Outreach Center. That's on 301 East 1st Street in Cherryville. Starts at 7 o'clock, but the doors will be open at 6. So we hope you'll come and enjoy The music, like we said, there's no admission, but we are just hoping for a free will donation to help with our veterans programs, because 100% of our money is spent on our veterans and in the programs that we do and for our children and youth.
All right. Well, please keep us informed as all the activities that
We sure
that the
will.
Ladies Auxiliary has going on, and other Legion functions and festivities. We'd love to get the word out. Like I say, we hear so much about baseball, and that's a big part of it. That's an important tool for the youth.
Yes.
That's an important thing for the youth.
It builds character.
It builds great character, and these Legion ball players, they go on to their life after baseball, having gained a lot from that baseball experience. But there's so much more that goes on with the American Legion.
It is. We do remember our veterans and take care of them. That's
the main thing.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Anything else you'd like to say here? Anything else?
It's been wonderful. I'm glad you allowed me to come in today. And also on that Thursday night, we'll have applications there. If you can be a potential member, and I'm going to have the men there too. And if you're a veteran and you don't belong to the American Legion, now's your chance to join the American Legion and help out with the programs.
All right. Okay. Thanks so much, Jill Pruitt, with us today. And Sandy, that's Community Profile for the week. We do the show Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday here. What about in the future here?
Okay, I'm working on next week, but let me, excuse me, let me reiterate something we talked about earlier in the week. This coming Saturday, June 27th, at East Lincoln High School, Lori Morgan will be there, and Bruce Hedrick, who's a friend of ours here at the station, will be opening for her. And this is a free event; doesn't cost you a dime. They will have food and beverage vendors there, of course. But try to come. Me and husband and daughter are going, and we're looking forward to that. I hope it don't burn slam up to a crisp. But anyway,
I think you'll be all right.
they're going to have fireworks and all that stuff. And that's this coming Saturday at East Lincoln High School.
All right. Well, folks, that's it for Community Profile today. We invite you to join us again next time. Hope you enjoyed today's program, and we'll see you soon.
Morning,
You make my morning.
noon,
Well, I'm at work.
and night.
The way home from work.
The one you can count on for fun.
Big O Country, WHS Show.